Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and today I want to talk to you guys about Vinegar Syndrome's newest Blu-ray release for the 1996 horror comedy Jack Frost, and just take a peek at that awesome lenticular cover there. Something about these lenticular covers, this one, the cover for the NECA Ultimate Friday the 13th Part 3 Jason figure, I could just sit and do this all day long. But I'm not going to do that because I really want to talk to you guys about this Blu-ray. Now, this is going to be a Blu-ray review. I did a review of the film a few years ago for Volume 1 of my Holiday Horrors series, in which I reviewed my favorite Christmas-themed horror movie reviews. As a matter of fact, right now I'm working on Volume 2 of my Holiday Horror series, so I'll put links to both those playlists down below. Go check out my review of Jack Frost for a full review of this movie. I will say, though, that this is the best movie about a killer snowman that I've ever seen. It is the Citizen Kane of killer snowmen movies. It's about a notorious serial killer named Jack Frost who gets turned into a mutant killer snowman after he is hit with some chemicals, and he returns to the town of Snowminton. No, seriously, Snowminton, to exact revenge against the small town sheriff there who arrested him. And it is loads and loads and loads of fun. Check out my review for the film, link in the description. Now, this Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome, aside from this awesome slipcase, it's got some nice artwork inside. Let me give the artist a shout out here. Limited edition lenticular artwork by Chris Garofalo. So, Mr. Garofalo, well done, sir. Well done. You have that with the evil Jack Frost, and you can, the sleeve is also reversible. As you see, DVD, Blu-ray, it is reversible. And on the other side, you have the happy, almost pensive looking Jack Frost there. So you can either go with sort of pensive Jack Frost or just out and out evil Jack Frost. Right now I'm going with evil Jack Frost, but I may change that when I get into a more pensive sort of mood. But yeah, again, love this slipcase. Love this lenticular slipcase. Awesome stuff there. So let's go ahead and dive into everything that this Blu-ray has to offer. First, let's start with the picture and the sound quality. This is a 2K scan from the original 35mm vault materials of Jack Frost. Vinegar Syndrome did a really good job cleaning this movie up. If you saw the film on VHS or on DVD, you know it looked kind of dirty, which is the best way that I can describe it. It just looked dirty. They did a great job going in there, cleaning it up. There were at least one or two sequences that I thought looked a bit fuzzy, almost as if they were shot out of focus. A couple of the sequences that take place in very dark locations had that very sort of thick film grain look to them, but overall the movie looks fantastic. This is the best Jack Frost is ever going to look. As far as audio quality is concerned, it has a DTS HD 5.1 audio on it, so it sounds good. It looks really good. Yep, this is the best Jack Frost is ever going to look or sound, hands down. As far as extras are concerned, we've got a 16-minute interview with actor Scott McDonald called Happy Scary, and Mr. McDonald discusses overplaying his hand when it came to playing Jack Frost in the movie, because the movie itself was so tongue-in-cheek. He talks about filming in Big Bear during an unseasonably warm January with no snow, and how cotton doubled for snow in the movie. He discusses performing both as the human Jack Frost and doing the voiceovers for the snowman Jack Frost. He tells a story about doing an episode of The X-Files, and for this episode he had to have a body mold done. So he actually went to the same effects crew that he had worked with on Jack Frost, or they had done the effects for Jack Frost. And once he told them I was Jack Frost, they all just, they came out and they shook his head. They just wanted to talk to him about Jack Frost because they were all big fans of Jack Frost. McDonald also discusses meeting fans of the movie and having had no idea what a devoted following Jack Frost had. Nice interview with Scott McDonald, about 16 minutes in length. Really nice extra here. Next up, we've got about a 6-minute interview with Dean Lint, who was the cinematographer on Jack Frost. He discusses shooting the film with no snow and how they got around the fact that they were shooting a Christmas winter movie with no snow. He discusses meeting people to this day in the industry who are fans of Jack Frost, and that they all share the same stories of watching the film in a dorm, stoned. So Jack Frost was a big hit in the dorm amongst the stoners. And all those stoners are now working in the movie industry. It's interesting. But nice brief interview there with Mr. Lint. The movie features a commentary with Michael Cooney, director Michael Cooney, along with Elijah Drenner from Vinegar Syndrome. Mr. Cooney discusses the genesis of Jack Frost, and that Jack Frost was inspired by, of all movies, The Abyss and Wes Craven's Shocker, which I can see Wes Craven's Shocker, but The Abyss, a bit of a stretch there. And that early in Jack Frost's development, when it was a much different movie, that actually Rennie Harlan, somehow the script got to Rennie Harlan, and Rennie Harlan was interested in directing it. However, Harlan's then girlfriend, Gina Davis, urged him to make a pirate movie instead. And I'm sure that pirate movie, whatever it was an enormous, huge box office success. He also discusses how once he saw what the design of the actual Jack Frost snowman was, he changed the entire tone of the movie entirely, because the snowman looked so hokey that to prevent the audience from laughing at it, they would play it up very tongue-in-cheek the rest of the movie, or all of the movie really, so that by the time Jack Frost popped up, you were laughing with it. You were sort of in on the joke. Really nice commentary with Michael Cooney and Mr. Drenner. Mr. Drenner does a good job of keeping the flow going, and if you're a fan of Jack Frost, definitely you want to check out this commentary. Very detailed, a lot about the making of the movie, casting the film, the locations, etc., etc., etc. We've also got a video introduction for the movie with director Michael Cooney. Overall, this is a really solid Blu-ray release from the folks over at Vinegar Syndrome, and this is a region-free Blu-ray. It will play on Region A, Region B, Region C Blu-ray players. It's wide open. It's all region. Doesn't matter where you live. Doesn't matter what kind of Blu-ray player you got. This will play in your Blu-ray player. So yeah, overall, I highly recommend Jack Frost. If you're a fan of the movie, this is definitely the way to go. Really nice interview with Scott McDonald on here. The commentary is really well done. And the movie looks really good. The movie sounds really good. If you're a fan of this movie, this is definitely, you definitely want this under your tree. If you've not seen Jack Frost, by all means, this would be a great way to introduce yourself to Jack Frost, because if you're a fan of holiday horror movies, this should be definitely on your to watch list. It's it's a really fun movie, and this is a really solid Blu-ray release from the folks over at Vinegar Syndrome. I'll put a link to Vinegar Syndrome's website in the description. Check out my Holiday Horrors Volume 1 playlist, also in the description, including my review of Jack Frost. Also check out Volume 2 of Holiday Horrors, which I'm working on now. Both those links are in the description as well. If you're not following me on social media, those links as well are in the description. They're also right around here. If you liked the video, please leave it a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts on Jack Frost. Just tell me some of your favorite holiday, Christmas-themed horror movies in the comments section as well. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys out there are all having a great, safe, happy holiday season. And until next time, peace. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.